Ready for your challenge? Here we go. Okay. Soul food. Soul food are those things that are so personal to you, unique to you, that they just feed your soul. We touched on some of them when I asked the question, what was 14-year-old you doing for fun? Sometimes we have things that we used to do that lit up our soul, our hearts, our minds, and we got busy and stopped doing them. Some of my clients have gone back to take dance lessons again, or started painting or doing art again, writing again, performing in plays, things that they did for fun that they just got too busy for. And what I know to be true is those are fun for you for a reason. And I want you to do those things because they feed your soul and make you better at the other things in your life. So sometimes soul food comes from, your past history. Like I said, 14-year-old you is a good clue. But I just think about people, places, things that just feel good when you do them. I love to go to a flea market or an auction or someplace where there's just old stuff that looks like junk to somebody else, and bring it home and paint it and put it in my house because I know that it has a story. And I love things that have stories, as you can imagine. It's different. It's unique for each one of us, what your soul food is. So your challenge this month has two parts. One is ask yourself what your soul needs. Does it need to go meander through an antique shop with a cup of coffee and just enjoy that time? Do you need to spend more time with an aunt or an uncle that used to always make your heart happy? Maybe it's time to go book a dinner with them or book a trip to them, see them. Is it a sport? Is it art? Is it reading? I don't know what it is for you, but you know who does? Your Thrive Guide. What are those things that feed your soul? And I want you to write them down. And then I want you to schedule in the time that you're going to feed your soul. That's part one. Part two. This one, it feels a little weird in the section of soul food, but I want you to start paying attention to the compliments that you get. Something as simple as, your hair looks great, to thank you for reorganizing that spreadsheet last week. That really helped me understand that data better. And everything in between. Mom, thank you for making a nice dinner. I know we don't get those very often, do we? Any compliment that you receive, I want your radar turned on for compliments. And then I want you to pay attention to the compliments that you receive, because those are clues to your uniqueness. Now, the thing about compliments and your uniqueness is, when people compliment you on something that you're really good at, we feel kind of funky about it, because when we're good at something, it's so intuitive to who we are. We're like, well, doesn't everybody do that? Or doesn't everybody think that way? No, that's your uniqueness. And so when we get a compliment, we go, thanks. But I want you now to know that that's a clue. That's a clue about something that you are great at. And so when you get compliments, I want you to receive them. Because traditionally, when we get compliments, our humility goes, it just dismisses it. Like somebody says, oh, I like that dress. And you go, oh, it was on sale and it has pockets. Instead of just saying, thank you. But receiving compliments allows us to bring that energy in and put it in our pocket for when we need it later. It allows us to receive a gift back that we have given. Example, when people compliment me on something I've said, whether in a keynote speech or even just in an interaction, I now know that I have a gift of being able to take complicated information and distill it into simple metaphors, stories, and symbols that really connect with people. I know that now because I've spent time to know myself, to be intensely self-aware. And now when somebody says that, it reminds me that I just gave them a gift of being able to do that for them. And when they compliment me, I'm receiving that gift. Because when we deflect compliments, you're basically dissing the person that gave you the compliment. You're doing it because you're uncomfortable and humble and whatever. But the unintended consequence is when somebody gives you a compliment and you go, thanks, instead of saying, thank you, I received that. That's a beautiful, soulful exchange that says, I gave them a gift and they appreciated the gift. And I said, thank you, and received the compliment back. So compliments do two things. They remind us of our unique gifts, talents, and abilities in a beautiful, affirming way. And when we learn to receive them, we have this beautiful connecting moment with someone that we were valuable, relevant, and had an impact. Challenge. Pay attention to the compliments that you receive. Take note of them. If you really want to take it to a new level, journal about how it felt to get the compliment. That was a game changer for me. A coach assigned, I have a coach too, assigned me that right before the book came out because she knew I was going to get compliments and she wanted me to be ready to receive them. So for a month before the book came out, my assignment was to journal every compliment that I received and how it felt, and to practice saying to someone when they gave me a compliment, I received that. Game changer. So start wherever you can. Build to that. If you're not ready for that, just be aware and see how that doesn't just help fill you up. So pay attention to the things that are soul food for you and pay attention to the compliments. Okay? Can't wait to celebrate at the end of the month on the challenge. Love, mean it.